You walk through life thinking the game is fair. You think your choices are yours. You think honesty, kindness, and hard work protect you. Open your eyes. You are caged, and the cage is invisible. Every move you make, every step you take, is influenced by forces you cannot see, rules you did not write. The world rewards calculation, not sentiment. It bows to strategy, not generosity. And yet, you are taught to give everything away freely, to hope for love, to wait for applause. You are trained to react, to be nice, to accommodate. You are a player too in a game you do not even know exists. 5 centuries ago, Niccolò Machiavelli peeled back the veil. He did not teach morals, he revealed the machinery. Human behavior is driven not by decency, but by power, by fear, by desire, by self-interest. Ignore it, and you are a pawn. Understand it, and you are the architect of outcomes. Most drift through life like shadows, reacting, defending, waiting for permission. They surrender control. They obey invisible laws that dictate who gains respect, who is loved, who is left behind. Today, you will stop surrendering. Law 1, the economics of presence. Respect is not given. Respect is earned. Scarcity is the currency of influence. You have been trained to respond instantly, to be present, to offer energy freely. You think this makes you good. It doesn't. It makes you cheap. Like water, ubiquitous, taken for granted, consumed, and ultimately ignored. Leaders, masters, those who truly hold sway, they appear rarely. They are deliberate. Their attention is precious, not wasted. The prince seen too often loses his aura. Machiavelli understood it. Availability is not virtue. It is liability. Notice your world. Who do you admire? The one who replies immediately, soothing every doubt? Or the one whose attention feels like a spotlight, unpredictable, earned, magnetic? The human mind chases what retreats. Pull back, and the world leans in. Withdraw strategically. Remove 20% of your availability. Let them wonder. Let curiosity grow. Silence is a tool. Absence creates gravity. The fantasy of your disappearance outweighs the reality of your constant presence. Scarcity is power. This is not cruelty. This is mastery. Law 2, never be the hero, be the necessity. People chase love, approval, and the glow of others' admiration. They try to save, to fix, to heal, to rescue. And once the task is done, the hero is discarded. Why? Because heroes are replaceable. Love fades. Dependence lasts. Machiavelli wrote, "A wise prince ensures his subjects always need him in every condition." Cold, yes, but true. In business, the employee loved but replaceable is first on the chopping block. In romance, sweetness without indispensability is easily substituted. True power comes from being necessary. Create value that cannot be ignored. Be the one whose absence breaks the system. Command unique skills, own key relationships, hold passwords no one else has. In life, become the architecture of necessity. Be untouchable. Law 3, guard your secrets. Information is power. Words shared freely become weapons others wield. Silence is stronger than speech. Reappear after absence with new skill, new influence, new presence. The whisper echoes louder than the shout. Let patience sharpen you. Let the icy stare silence the room. Never react instantly. Do not apologize for breathing. Do not validate unnecessarily. Every overshared word diminishes your power. Every apology lowers your authority. Stand. Remain untouchable. Presence speaks louder than explanation. Law 4, emotional asymmetry. In relationships, the one who cares less holds control. The principle of least interest dictates power. Who invests more, worries more, tracks moods. They are weak. They surrender influence. Withdraw unnecessary attention. Let the scales balance. Let the other strive for your regard. Stop over-investing in approval. Stop placing others on pedestals. They will see your authority, your boundaries. The game shifts. The environment changes. People orbit your influence instead of dragging you into their chaos. The test is not theory. It is practical. When the phone buzzes, resist replying immediately. When the urge to overshare arises, restrain yourself. In that restraint, power manifests. Invisible strings are cut. The silent architect does not panic. They operate unseen yet commanding. The moment the ego demands vengeance or explanation, the architect restrains. Silence. Patience. Calculated absence. This is the battlefield. The rest of the world fights in noise. You fight in control. You measure every word, every glance, every pause. You sculpt reality by what you withhold as much as by what you give. Invisibility is a tool. Presence, a weapon. Scarcity, leverage. The world is not kind. It is not fair. But you now see the rules. You now see the game. And for the first time, you have the choice to play, or to master it. The world is full of invisible predators. You won't see the knife until it pierces your back. There are subtle manipulators, masters of psychological warfare, shaping your life without leaving fingerprints. The benevolent sabotur, for example, never attacks openly. Too obvious. Too risky. Instead, they disguise poison as concern. They whisper doubt where confidence should reign. At work, in relationships, at home, they implant seeds of fragility. You think you are being helped. You are being weakened. They thrive when you are anxious, uncertain, scrambling to prove yourself. Power shifts to them while you bend under imagined obligation. Watch their mouth. Watch their hesitation. Notice how they linger. They feed on reaction. Your discomfort is their elevation. Some personalities are louder. The entropy engine doesn't merely feed on chaos, they create it. Life around them is never calm, never predictable. Feuds, emergencies, crises. They thrive in the disruption of logic. They need your stability as fuel. You, a stoic, rational person, become their target. They pivot, escalate, and pull you into their drama vortex. Every attempt to reason is ignored. Your logic is irrelevant. They play word salad, circular, nonsensical accusations designed to break your thinking. You exhaust yourself trying to make sense, while they grow stronger with every argument. Fatigue is their weapon. Submission is their goal. You give up sovereignty when you tire. And the first mistake? Believing they are passionate, that they care. They are predators. Then there are mirrors, sociopaths who reflect your desires and intentions perfectly. They are not burdened by empathy or conscience. They mimic your ideals. They agree, they charm, they enchant. Until you realize their eyes are empty. Dead. Reptilian. Their smile reaches the mouth, never the eyes. Every perfect alignment hides calculation. Their history reveals a trail of reinvention, not stability. They burn bridges, leave charred remnants of relationships, and disappear without guilt. They are architects of chaos. They consume and move on, leaving confusion and doubt in their wake. Do you recognize them? The sabotur, the entropy engine, the mirror. Each operates differently, but their effect is identical. You are trapped if you do not see. The cure is not confrontation. You cannot fight, you cannot argue, you cannot expose without falling into the mud. To engage is to lose. Machiavelli teaches that war is a last resort. Here, the last resort is strategic disappearance. Fade from their reality. Burn the bridges. Withdraw your presence completely. They rely on access. Deny them it. It feels cruel. Empathy screams at you. Guilt gnaws at your mind. Am I too harsh? The programmed response is yours, not theirs. You are responding to a control mechanism installed long ago. The limb is gangrenous, removal is survival. Hesitation costs you. Salt waits for the hesitant. Step into the horizon and leave the chaos behind. The void you feel around you is a reflection of your own. They appear because there is emptiness for them to exploit. You attracted them. And now you must correct the imbalance. Once you survive, you awaken. You understand trust is earned, empathy is not unconditional, boundaries are non-negotiable. You no longer wait for a savior. You become the protector of your own domain. Every crack in your psyche becomes an opportunity. The Japanese art of kintsugi teaches you to highlight fractures with gold. Brokenness is strength, if mended wisely. Every betrayal, every manipulation, every chaos-engineered heartbreak adds value if you reconstruct yourself intentionally. And yet, beware. Power corrupts universally. Desire for control lies within everyone, and the line between victim and predator is thin. Which of these types could you become if you let ambition, envy, or fear take hold? A. You unknowingly the sabotur. The mirror. The entropy engine. Recognition is only the beginning. Application is survival. Mastery is the prize. The laws you've absorbed thus far are practical, brutal, and necessary. Scarcity over generosity. Necessity over heroism. Secrets over oversharing. Emotional asymmetry over blind attachment. These are not moral lessons. They are strategic imperatives. Observe, calculate, act deliberately. Every interaction, every conversation, every glance carries weight. Every absence, every pause, every silence becomes a tool. You do not compete in chaos, you control it. And finally, mastery begins with patience. You are no longer a child waiting for fairness. You are the architect, the strategist, the observer. Do not act out of impulse. Let the room twist in expectation. Let them chase your presence. Let curiosity amplify your value. Influence is cultivated invisibly. Presence is leveraged sparingly. Reaction is minimized. Silence becomes the loudest voice. In the restraint, power resides. Step 2 closes with a central truth: mastery is not about defeating others with brute force. It is about commanding your environment, manipulating perception, and wielding patience, scarcity, and strategic silence as weapons. The world reacts to the calculated, the deliberate, the essential. They chase what is scarce, fear what is necessary, and desire what is untouchable. You are no longer reactive. You are the unseen force. You are the architect of outcomes, the master of invisible strings, the ruler of perception. Step into this power, and nothing in your domain remains unchallenged. You've seen the predators. You've felt the manipulation. You've recognized the chaos. Now comes the final lesson: mastery is measured in restraint, strategy, and invisibility. The world is not fair. It never was. And waiting for fairness is the path to weakness. Every step you take, every word you speak, every emotion you release is noticed, weighed, and used. Awareness alone is not power. Execution is. When the entropy engine escalates, you do not escalate back. You do not argue, explain, or justify. You observe. You calculate. You wait for the moment that benefits you most. Every reaction they crave is a tool in your arsenal. You have learned patience. You have learned the value of absence. You have learned that power lives in the unseen. And now, the ultimate test is to use it. The mirror may smile at you. Its eyes dead. Its intentions opaque. Do not engage. Do not follow the reflection. Instead, step back. Let them chase your presence. Let them wonder. They are dangerous because they are invested. Withdraw your attention completely. When they escalate, you remain calm. When they attempt chaos, you remain deliberate. You are the silent observer, the untouchable force, the anchor in a storm of madness. You understand now that confrontation is optional, survival is mandatory. Engage only when the stakes demand it, and when you do, strike decisively. Hesitation is vulnerability. Mercy is a luxury rarely afforded to those who understand power. And remember, the world does not reward virtue, it rewards influence. It rewards perception. It rewards those who command attention, not those who beg for it. Scarcity, necessity, secrecy, asymmetry, these laws are now tools. You apply them with precision. Your absence becomes magnetic. Your restraint becomes a weapon. Your unpredictability, a fortress. You are no longer a participant in the chaos. You are the architect of it. The game is not about destruction, it is about control. And control is the ultimate freedom. Every predator you faced, every mirror that reflected back a distorted self, every entropy engine that tried to exhaust you, has now taught you something essential: power is not given, it is taken. Influence is not inherited, it is cultivated. Respect is not demanded, it is engineered. Emotional dependence is your advantage, not theirs. You are no longer subject to the whims of others because you are the variable they cannot predict. Step into the shadows, and the world leans into your light. Step back, and absence becomes a force. Every glance, every interaction, every silence carries weight. You have become essential. Not because of affection, not because of heroism, but because of necessity. Those who once dictated your world now orbit your influence. And they will never see you fully, because you exist in a space between presence and absence, visibility and invisibility, action and restraint. The final truth is simple. The most dangerous person is not the one who shouts, manipulates, or creates chaos. The most dangerous person is the one who has mastered themselves. Who has mastered timing, patience, and the perception of power. Who knows when to act, when to withhold, and when to disappear. Who understands that the appearance of calm is more valuable than the demonstration of force. You are now that person. The lesson is complete, but the journey never ends. Power is fluid. Influence is conditional. Mastery requires constant vigilance. Watch the world carefully, move deliberately, and maintain the integrity of your strategy. Trust selectively. Love cautiously. Speak minimally. Let your actions echo louder than words. And remember the golden principle of survival: when you are untouchable, when your presence is necessary, when your absence creates desire, the world bends around you, not the other way around. Now, take these truths, integrate them, and act. The manipulators, the chaos creators, the mirrors, they are no longer threats. They are the teachers who sharpened your perception. Your mastery is no longer theoretical. It is real. It is applied. It is visible only to those who are perceptive enough to notice. You are free, but free in a way that few ever are. You are the architect. The silent force. The untouchable power. And nothing in your world can challenge the structure.